I want to talk to you a little bit about AI. Apparently, there is a new AI. The scientists at Mass General in Boston have developed a new AI tool called Face Age. And it can tell your biological age by a picture of you. And apparently, not just your biological age, but how healthy you are. In fact, they believe now with the eyeball test, research in the Lancet Digital Health indicates, you ready for this? That artificial intelligence will be able to not only spot that you have cancer, but also if you are being treated for cancer, that's not working. They have this much time to live. How terrifying is that? I mean, how great is that? How terrifying is that? Would you have it if you could have it and it would tell you, wow, you're looking pretty old and beat up. You don't have much longer to live. Would you go into the face tool and say, how long do I live? How much longer? I don't think I would do that. I wouldn't want that.
I would want to know if I could do something about it, I suppose. I mean, I guess being able to, if you knew, and again, this is somewhat speculative here, but if you knew you were going to die in 2 months, I guess the idea of wanting to know would be intimidating, but I also think like I'd like to probably have moments with my family and my kids and say the things I want to say and like get my affairs aligned and such. Start some new affairs.
New affairs?
No, just kidding.
What?
Just kidding, honey. No, but you know what I mean? Like I'd like to get you want to get your affairs arranged. You want to make sure you're not leaving your family with a burden. You want to make sure that you say to your kids the things you want to say. Maybe you want to write something.
What if you put your face in, okay, and you're like, okay, take the picture. How much, what do I have left? And it just comes back. What time is it now?
I don't know. I think if the stupid device can't tell time, it's like a VCR.
I don't know. 20 minutes.
Light.
What do you got? 20 minutes? Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. You're not doing well. Look a little peaked. Some of the things that are coming with AI are remarkable. Go ahead.
Life changing.
Yeah.
Too. I would say society changing probably.
So can I just read something to you that is part of it is beyond my understanding and will be beyond some, but I just want you to hear this. Now, this is I Rule the World MO. This is at I Rule the Rule the World MO. Nobody really knows who this is. They think that this might be an insider in one of the big AI research firms.
Okay.
But they also think it might be a bot by one of these AI research terms to throw the other research terms off. Okay. They have no idea who this is.
Okay.
So, but just listen to what I'm hoping it's a bot that's trying to throw people off. Listen to this. Just got off a 4-hour phone call with sources inside Chinese DeepSeek labs, and holy cow, they're using other language. We are so effing behind, it's not even funny anymore. DeepSeek R2 isn't an incremental improvement. It is a completely different species of intelligence operating on principles nobody in the West has even theorized yet. They've abandoned transformer architectures entirely for something they're calling recursive cognition lattices. The scale and dimension of our math doesn't even have a good notation for this. The compute efficiency gains that violate what we thought were fundamental limits, like 400 times improvement in reasoning per teraflop. Not 4, not 40, 400 times. Our benchmarks now are literally meaningless. The scariest part isn't the raw capability, but how it's developing novel mathematical frameworks on the fly to solve problems. Research gives it questions, and it invents entirely new branches of mathematics to answer them. One physicist showed it a problem he'd been stuck on for 15 years. It solved it in seconds with notations nobody recognized. It took 3 days for them to translate its solution back into standard mathematics. We saw demo videos that can't possibly be real, except multiple independent sources confirm. R2 designed and simulated room temperature superconductor from first principles in under an hour. complete with fabrication methods using existing technology. They've already produced the samples in the Beijing labs, blah, 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 blah. Their integration, I can't say it now.
Interrogation?
No. Merging with man and machine.
Okay.
With biological systems is
integration?
Integration, thank you. With biological systems is the real nightmare fuel. Two-way neural interfaces that make Neuralink look like a child's toy. Direct cognitive enhancement already in human trials. This isn't even the most advanced system. They're the ones showing it publicly. America is still treating this like normal technology race, while China understands it's an extinction-level transformation of civilization. It's like watching a nuclear power race where one side is debating the ethics of gunpowder.
Wow. Now, because my recollection of the DeepSeek story when that came out a few months ago was
it was nothing.
Experts landed on the idea that there is absolutely, like, they basically were using our technology,
yes,
and it wasn't as impressive as initially thought. And so this person or bot is saying that it is. Right. Now, I will say, if you are a person trying to hide your identity, saying that you just had a 4-hour conversation with a specific company, I mean, how many 4-hour conversations happened that day? It would be a weird way to hide your identity unless you're lying about it. So who knows? Maybe it's just all blown out.
Hopefully it's all blown out. I mean, you read Sam Altman follows. I mean, others follow. I mean, it's not just right. It's seen inside the circles, and they don't know who it is or what it is. A post like that makes me think it's a Chinese bot.
Yeah, because it seems like it's a promoting DeepSeek, right? As this amazing.
But he's not always promoting DeepSeek. Or it isn't promoting. This is the craziest part. You don't know. Now it doesn't have to be a person. It could be an algorithm.
Now, of course, there is this thing. There's no There's no limit to the levels humans can achieve when you don't care about pain and suffering.
Yes.
I think I'm paraphrasing Louis C.K. with that one, but it's like, Chinese can just kind of throw bodies at this. If they're doing live human trials on this stuff, as we've seen maybe with Wuhan in the past, they're kind of willing to do anything, right? Yeah. And if they're doing this and actually seeing these advances, we wouldn't do.
No.
You wouldn't be in human trials yet for any of this stuff, although, a very long ramp up for Elon Musk's company is we've seen some of that, I guess, but they'll just throw people at it. You know
what's crazy is we are dealing with technology that we have absolutely no idea what it's going to be like, what it can do, nothing. And I've read several of this bot or this person's posts, and they're talking about how just everything the way you work, the way you think, everything is just about ready to be just completely disrupted.
Yeah.
And we're just, the world is just kind of going along with it. And we're like, oh, I don't know. It could be, maybe we should pass something about it. We're just going along with it. And, science, there's a watch, I think it was Omega. I can't remember. There was a watch that was made in the 1950s and 60s, and it's sweep hand, it's second hand. It had like a lollipop, and it was, on it. So it was the stick of the hand, and then it had like this little circle on it. And it was sweeping around. And the reason why they put the lollipop on it is it was a signal to the buyer and the wearer that watch didn't have radiation in it. And it's not like, oh, you were working at a lab. It was that they were, we had put to make things glow at night. That was radiation, okay? To get the luminosity on watches, at first we were like, why don't we just use some of this? Hey, and that went on for like a couple of decades, and we were like, hey, how come his arm keeps losing all his hair in the first week of wearing that watch? and so they put like this little lollipop on it going, yep, no radiation in this one, dude. That's crazy that we could do that kind of stuff for that long, and we kind of forget about it. And now, what are we working with? This is going to make nuclear stuff look like nothing.
We're so close to it as well, it seems.
I read another post where they were saying that that it is getting so fast in for defense that, and I said this, I know I said this 5 years ago, that you won't even know that you've lost the war because for you, the war hasn't even started yet. But you will start and lose the war in a flash. In as time as it takes you to go, wait a minute, there's a war going on. What? You've already lost. It happened and you've lost. Because AI is going to get so good, it will predict absolutely every move that everybody's going to make. And it will just go, well, here's a counter move, boom, and put it in. And you're like, okay, well, that's over.
It's like when you're not a big video game guy, but when you start playing a game and you just decide to go on like the toughest level of the opposing AI, and like you just can't do anything, like you just automatically your base is destroyed in seconds. That's a very, very low level version of this.
Yeah.
Can I give you one other thing on AI?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is fascinating. This was in the Wall Street Journal 2 weeks ago, and I haven't heard anybody talking about it. We've talked about for a long time the surveillance state, right? Like I remember with you taking calls from people going, I will not get an easy pass because that means they can track me when I go through the tolls, right? Like
remember when we were in Tampa? This is the year 2000. They put cameras up in the streets of.
Is it Ybor City?
Ybor City. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, no, I'm going to put up with a camera, not in America. I'll tell you that right now. Nobody was willing to give their fingerprints. Nobody wanted to give their face.
Yep.
None of it.
Now we all carry a phone, which of course GPS everywhere we go.
Yep.
We click yes, agree to everything.
We open the phone with our face.
Mm-hmm. Listen to this. This is amazing. This is from an author, Joanna Stern.
Wall Street Journal.
I've been wearing a wire everywhere since February. How the article starts. I've got all the transcripts, important meetings, arguments with my kids, chats with disgruntled employees, late night bathroom routines. There's plenty more that I can't share. I can't share if I want to, and my bosses and my family as well to keep liking me. No, I'm not an FBI informant. I willingly wore a $50 bracelet that records everything I say and uses AI to summarize my life and send me helpful reminders.
Why would you do that? That's called a panopticon.
Mm-hmm. I think we're basically... How do you have a private conversation in this world? She tested 2 other devices as well that are on the market now for $159, $199. They recall every single thing. They transcribe every single thing. They have recordings of every single thing that was said by her.
Let's try this
or
for a
around
week.
her. No way.
Let's try it for a week.
Crazy. That's crazy.
Crazy. No, it's crazy not to try it to show everybody how bad it is, but it would be crazy to do it and be like, I think this is going to be a great addition to my life.
She says, within hours of wearing this bracelet, I was blown away at how quickly it turned ramblings and random chatter into useful, actionable information. Yet allow me to quote myself from February 24th at 5:15 p.m. This bracelet is really effing creepy. Apparently said that out loud. But I mean, you can see, again, I can see a world where it probably would be beneficial. If you have a conversation with someone about something, God, what do they say? You'd have it. When you were saying, hey, we should get together next Thursday, it puts something in your calendar that says, hey, call this person about that Thursday meeting you discussed. Of course, that would be beneficial in some way. It's like having an assistant. If you're an executive, you might have an assistant.
Those bots are already coming. By the end of the year, those will be strung everywhere. You'll have that assistant doing that in your phone and everything else. It'll already do that.
This is the death of private conversations, though. They're over.
Yeah.
Every single time you have a conversation, you should act like you're on television having it.
Yes. Well, we've lived that way for a long time.
That's what made me so interested